day 16. All of you glad that you're almost done? Woo!
All right. Welcome to day 16. This is an exciting day. As you saw last night, we quadrupled the recipe, and we're going to try and bake and see if it works. We are going to be following the formula of this username right here. I'm forgetting his name. He's awesome. He has so many cool recipes, but check him out. We're going to start off with 310 grams of water. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to do 200 grams of the starter. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, it's so ready. Guys, I'm so excited about this. Maybe 200, 212. We're going to scoop just a little bit out. Perfect. Maybe just a little bit more. Now we need 2 more grams. Honestly, 202. That's fine. We'll save that to continue the starter. Next, we're going to do 50 grams of whole wheat flour. All right, perfect. And 400 grams of bread flour. Now, he specifically says he does not use bread flour because it already has enough protein for the all-purpose flour. I'm a bread flour kind of guy, so that's where we differ. And that's too much. I'm going to scoop out just a little bit. Perfect. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to do 12 grams of salt. All right, now we're going to take this whisk and we're going to whisk it together. Woohoo! All right, and once we do that, my whisk is falling apart. I'm going to get all the good stuff. Perfect. And need it just a little bit more. It should be very shaggy at this point, and your hand should have a bunch of sourdough on it. So, never fear. I like to get all the stuff off the sides. Wet my hand just a little bit more. You don't want to wet it too much. Just to the point where Perfect. And it should be like a shaggy mess. And essentially now, we're going to take a towel. All right, we're going to wet the towel. All right, we're going to wring it out a little bit just so it's damp. We're going to put that over the bowl. And I like to keep it in the oven. Don't turn it on, otherwise you've messed up. Just so it's a little bit warmer. We'll keep it in there for 30 minutes. And essentially, we're just gonna let it. All right, so it's been for 30 minutes and we're gonna do our first set of stretch and folds. You want to put your hand under the dough like this. You wanna stretch it as much as you can, don't break it, and fold. And you do that 4 times. I like to spin it to make emphasis. Emphasis!
I repeat things for
fold.
emphasis.
We do our
Emphasis!
3rd fold. And we do our 4th. And this is getting all the gluten and all the mixtures all together so it can sing really well all together. And then you essentially want to just knead it a little bit. And your hand's going to get sticky. When it does, you want to wet it just a little bit. But not too wet. And essentially, you're basically pushing it in on itself. I like to do that again. Boop, 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 boop. Take it a nice little ball like that. And you're never going to get this, but we put this back over it. And in 30 minutes time, we're going to do our second stretch and folds. And we're going to do 4 sets of these. Once we've done that, we're going to put it in the fridge. All right, and we're doing our 4th set of stretch and folds, just like we did the last 2 times. I don't think I recorded each time, but you get the point. We're folding at least 3 or 4 times, and then we're just kneading it and pushing the dough back on itself. This is making sure that the mixture is good and ready to be baked. Now that we've done it a 4th time, essentially it all depends on when you're going to bake. I'm not going to bake till tomorrow because I'm going to go to the Olive Garden tonight and I have a late night there. So essentially I'm going to put it in the fridge, and then when I get home tonight, like at 11, I'm going to take it out of the fridge and it's going to start proofing. That way it has plenty of time to do so. So let's go ahead and put it in the fridge. Ignore my messy fridge, and I'll see you tonight. Speeding this right along, day 16. We are baking today, or I guess making the dough to bake tomorrow. And we're doing the same formula as normal to start the starter back up. So we had 10 grams of the starter, 50 grams of the water, and now 50 grams of the flour. Perfect. And essentially, the really good news behind all this is if we're able to bake, and I'm going to be honest with you, spoilers, it's going to make bread. But when we do that, we can essentially, finally, stop feeding the sourdough starter because it's an active starter. And essentially, we only will pull it out of the fridge when we want to bake. And that's the beauty of having a starter. Essentially, if you do get this, once again, I'm not sponsored. It's going to come with this lid, and you put this lid on top, and you put it in the fridge. And then I would say probably 1 to every 2 months, feed it. That way it doesn't get moldy. But you essentially have a starter for life as long as you keep feeding it. So, cool stuff. We're not going to put a lid on it, though, because like I told you on day 1, if you put a lid on it, it's going to die. It needs to be able to breathe. The reason we put a lid on it in the fridge is so it doesn't get moldy. So, I will see at night video. As you can see, it rose up to 200, and just look at everything that's going on. Let me do a last web test for y'all. Look at that. Oh my god. Can't make that up. Alrighty, friends. Last time doing this at night. 10 grams. Kind of looks like 10, right? Come on. 8. There we go. And 50 grams of the water. Perfect. And our 50 grams of flour. Come on, 2 more. Perfect. All right. There we go. Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.